Hello and a warm welcome to the show once again. It's Chris Reardon with you. Today's United Kingdom talk, and another day goes by when there's yet another miserable person in the swimming pool. What is that all about? Why are people, when they go swimming, miserable? I don't understand why they go in there. There's two incidents this week, of which I had nothing to do with at all. I just want to point it out today. Okay? One, I was just going up and down. Now, I do my best not to splash people when I'm going up and down. I really do. In fact, I don't think I ever splash anyone when I'm going up and down doing my lengths. I go swimming most days of the week. I do about 40 lengths, which is a little bit less than it was last year, but nevertheless, 40 is good. I think 40 is all right, isn't it? Eh? That's over half a mile, you know. How proud am I to be able to swim half a mile in the public swimming pool virtually every day? Anyway, so I'm going up and down, and this elderly lady, now I love elderly people, right? I'm chat to them all the time. But it was this elderly woman, and she wasn't that close to me, about an arm's length, I suppose. And every time I went past her, her face cringed up as if to give me a scouring look, as if it was her swimming pool. Will you please tell me what all that is about? Huh? It's just absolute madness. Why are people so blooming miserable in the swimming pool? Now, we've got 3 swimming pools, which I've mentioned before at the place I go to, Bracknell Leisure Centre, here in Royal Berkshire. There's like a toddler's pool for little people, which I don't go in. There's a pool in the middle, which is of a good size. It's a good sized pool, but it doesn't go very deep. I think the deepest it goes about 1.5 meters. And then there is the main swimming pool, which is the really deep one, where if you sunk, you would drown and die. And Christopher doesn't like that one, I'm afraid. I do like my feet to touch the bottom. Also, in the other pool, it does get sometimes a little bit aggressive with the so-called sad, lonely professional swimmers, who are so much better than anyone else, and please don't get in their way. You know the sort of persons I mean, right? So I usually go on the one in the middle, which it's not always a problem. Now, it can get busy, but that's all right. You swim up and down to avoid people. That's all right. No problem with that at all, okay? And in general, everyone gets on, and that's it, right? But occasionally you get someone like this woman in there. Her age has nothing to do with it, okay? But the looks I got every time I went past her, and I'm serious, I would tell you if I splashed. But I don't. I am, oh, I don't know what you got. Shall we say, a fairly gentle swimmer. Not too slow, and not too fast. So I don't understand what all that is about. And yesterday also, right, so I'm going up and down, there's a woman at the side. I'm going up and down next to her, right? Now and again, she gets past me, and she gives me a smile, and that's all right, fine. And then I'm coming back down, and another bloke, old bloke, is coming back the other way. So I went over to the left, and he went over to the left. Okay, so I tried pulling over a bit further to the left, and by the time I got to the other end, he actually crossed me underneath. Why is it necessary to do that? Huh? Why, oh, what? Some people, they ask for trouble. I'm not a troublemaker, as you know, boys and girls. I like to keep fairly quiet. I just accept what's going on around me. I rarely say anything. 'Tis true, dear. I know you don't believe me. I rarely say anything that would create trouble. And I don't understand some people in this swimming pool. I really don't. Have you got any examples of any of your sporting activities? Because we do know that people who watch this programme are probably extremely athletic, doing 30 minutes of sport at least 3 times a year, as recommended by the 3 times a week rather, as recommended by the United Kingdom government. Eh? Do you do that? I hope you do. And you eat your 5 fruit and veggies a day. But do you ever come across anyone when you're just getting on with what you do? And I don't know, people, I don't understand some people, I really don't. If you're going to be blooming miserable going up and down in the swimming pool when you're out, or anywhere indeed, we get people come in nightclubs and pubs who are as miserable as sin. Why do you bother coming out? Why on earth do you bother coming out if you're that miserable? Please stay at home, lock your door and sit there on your own and be miserable, because we don't want to see your miserable faces, do we? We want to be happy, happy, happy. Your comments on that, please. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Ross Patzelt, who does his own podcast, rospatzelt.co.uk, is the email, podcast address for that. He said he sent me a text the other day, which has not arrived, Ross. And it must be you, because we've had texts from Florida and Reading, from Wayne. So it must be you. There's something wrong. You haven't sent that text properly. Please learn to use the equipment properly, Ross. Now, if you want to text the show, that's very easy as well. The text number is... Oh, I'm going to have to do this from memory. I haven't got it written down. 07815, if you're in the UK. 907 896. All right, if you're in the UK, 07815 907 896. And if you're outside the UK, you can still text. Dial your international access code, followed by 44 for the UK. 7815 907 896. Once again, your international access code, then 44 7815 907 896. All right. I must say they've spent a lot of money, as I said to you the other week, doing up the swimming pool. All the new windows are in place. They've double glazed all the top round. It now look nice, but the boys who work around the pool, you know, making sure we're all okay, they told me since they put the new windows in, some of the old ones were slightly darkened out, because there are points where the kind of sun comes through these windows and they can't actually see that side of the pool. So, I mean, I could be in the corner drowning and they wouldn't even know about it. I wouldn't be rescued. Can you imagine that? I could drown today when I go swimming later and you'd never hear from me again. How do you feel about that? Anyone sad? Oh. What, not at all? Oh. Oh, I thought I was loved a bit more than that. You don't care, do you? Nobody cares. On my glass shelf, those of you listening to the show, I shall now describe the studio behind me today. I've changed some things on the... I have a glass shelf that's next to me. And I have the most beautiful plate. Now, Niall, who is in Switzerland, will know... Oh, can you hear that noise? That's a blooming answer phone. Let me listen to it. Wonder who that is ringing on the answer phone. Just a minute. Let me have a listen to the voice. 1 second now. Don't talk for a minute. I'm listening. No, they've hung up. Good. I'm glad they've hung up, because I want to talk to you. I've got a plate, a Switzerland plate. Now this was my mum and dad's. And when they went to Switzerland, mum and dad are both gone now, unfortunately. When they went to Switzerland for their honeymoon, which was, oh my God, I think back in the 40s, would it be the 40s? I'm not sure. Hang a minute. Oh, I can't get it to stay back up on my shelf now. Oh no, it's all collapsed now. 1 minute, 1 minute. Those of you watching the show, I've got a lovely view of my bum at the moment while I'm just, well, not naked, please. No, not naked, in the jeans, while I'm realigning my Swiss plates. So that'll please Niall, one of our friends who listens and watches in Switzerland. Yes, I've got a lovely Swiss plate, and I've now got a Splinter in my hand. Oh, I can see that. 1 minute. Can I get that out? No, I can't. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Can I get the tweezers? Just a minute. I've just got a splinter in my hand from that plate. Maybe Mum and Dad didn't want you to see that. Hang on. Let me get me tweezers here somewhere. Where are they? Oh, I can't find them now, can I? Oh, there they are. I've got them. Got them. Always handy to have a pair of tweezers in your cupboards. I've got to get this out. I can actually. It's only a little, tiny little. Nope, missed it. No, I can't get that out. It's such a small. Is that? I think I've got it. Hang on a minute. I can't even see that. Did I get that out or not? It's nothing worse than a. I don't know if I've got that out. Well, I might have to perform a minor operation later with a pair of nail clippers and tweezers. Have you ever done that? It's probably the most ridiculous thing you can do to get infections. I've had, you know, sometimes you get a splinter in your hand or your finger or whatever. And do you leave it, or do you get? Does anyone else do this? I bet you do. Does anyone else do this? I get a pair of nail clippers and I kind of clip away at the skin, right? So I can get right in there and extract the offending foreign body that has entered my body. We don't want foreign bodies entering our bodies, unless, of course, they've been invited first. In which case, all are welcome. Oh, no, stop it now. Don't start me off. Okay? Don't start me off. Anyway, so that's that little bit of news about the swimming pool and what have you. All looking all very nice. I had to renew my membership this week, and that all went a bit wrong. It was £172 for 6 months swimming, right? And it was £30 for 1 year's membership of the sports centre. So it actually cost me 172 plus 15, so £187 for 6 months membership. Are you impressed with how quickly I added that up, aren't you? Oh yes, we don't make a mistake with money, dear. Oh, no, 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 no. I know where every penny goes. Don't you worry about that. So annually, it's 187, so that's 4 carry the one, 16, 17 carry the one. It's £374 for a year's swimming. And for that, I can go any day, Monday to Sunday, Monday right the way through to Sunday, in any of the public sessions. And I think that's really good value for money. If you was to go every single day, it would cost you just over £1 a day. It's good, isn't it? I think that's really good. You see, the difference between that and the sports centre up the road where I did belong to, the private sports centre, that was coming out at £724, I think it was, which is that double? It's near enough double, isn't it? And it's just not worth the extra. It's very nice up there, but I'm not paying double for that. So that's the swimming pool news. Please, if you're going to be miserable, don't come down the pool, okay? Stay at home, sit there on your own, and you can be as miserable as possible and not annoy me or anyone else. My Saturdays are very happy now on the television. At last, 2 of my favourite TV programmes in the whole wide world have returned, okay, to television on Saturday nights, namely Merlin, which is about a young wizard, and King Arthur, who is the person that he's trying to keep alive because all sorts of evil things are trying to kill Arthur. So Merlin keeps him alive. And the Dragon, and it's a very, very good programme. BBC One, Saturday nights, Merlin. Do try it out if you're in the UK and you haven't seen it. By the way, is there anyone in any other countries who have seen that? Is Merlin from the BBC on in any other countries? I'd be interested to hear that if you let me know. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Also, Casualty, Britain's very long-running medical series, also has returned to BBC One on Saturday night. It's actually been on a few weeks ago, and I'm loving that as well. And poor old Doctor, oh, what was his name? One of them's got a brain tumour. I can't remember his name now. Oh, it does begin with J. Oh, I don't remember. But lovely man, so very, very pleased to have that programme back on the telly. Now, what else have we got here? Oh, you know, I wasn't well in the last show, was I? Was it the last show or the one before? Oh, was the one before that, wasn't it? Do you know what? That only lasted a day, and I think I know why. I shall explain to you why now. Last week, I did my first night at Belushi's, the new karaoke night at Belushi's in London Bridge. Now, I have to say it's very, very different from the Belushi's in Hammersmith in many ways. But the whole day I'd been feeling a bit like that, you know, absolutely no energy whatsoever. And in all honesty, I didn't want to do the karaoke night that night because I just didn't feel right. However, I'm not someone who goes sick easily. You could count on one hand, you know, the times I've gone sick in all my years of employment at various different places. So I got there, we were doing 10 till 2 o'clock in the morning, so 10 p.m. until 2 o'clock in the morning. So I got there, and at around about 9:30, and it was already quite busy. The doormen are really very, very nice, very, very, very professional, nice doormen. And do you know what? While I went in to set up my stuff, every time I went in, I didn't have to open the door once. Every single time they opened the door for me. How nice is that? What real gentlemen they were. But as soon as I got there, they pulled the door open, and this heat just hit me. Because unfortunately, the air conditioning isn't working, and it was so hot in there. I set up my gear, and within 5 minutes of us starting, my back was soaking wet. It was so hot in there, it was unbelievable. I mean, it really was. However, bit of a struggle with the sound system. I had a bit of trouble getting to grips with that because I got one of those blimmin' limiter things on. So if you go too loud, it cuts the sound down. Some limiters, not all limiters are the same. A sound limiter is something that lets you go so loud and then either ceilings it so you can't go any louder or starts dropping the music. So all limiters, they're not all the same thing. And this one was particularly, I don't know what you would say, perhaps oversensitive. It kept knocking the sound down. Oh, God. But we got to grips with it eventually. There was also a student night going on downstairs. Now, this was a Wednesday night, and the entire place was extremely busy. Now, unfortunately, the sound downstairs is far superior than the sound we've got upstairs. And we could hear the disco that was going on downstairs as well, quite loud. But anyway, we got on with it. And I have to say, a fantastic night. Really good atmosphere. And each karaoke night that I do brings out its own stars. And the star at this particular place was an elderly gentleman, around about 54, 55, called Michael, who had a suit on and a pair of glasses. And he was so popular. He really was ever so popular in there. And whenever I called him up for a song, all the young lads were chanting, "Michael, Michael, Michael!" And all the girls were screaming and all. Oh, it was fantastic. Fantastic. So the atmosphere in there, extremely good, really good, very busy all night long. The heat, well, you have to deal with it, don't you? Okay, the sound system again, had to deal with it. What a great night. What an absolutely great night. So I was very pleased to have got that new karaoke night. So karaoke at Belushi's London Bridge every week between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I can't remember. I think there's a door charge on that one. I think it's a £3 door charge on that particular one. Okay. Once again, karaoke I'm hosting every Wednesday night now, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Now, I have to tell you, it's much rowdier than the other places I do. All right, this one is particularly rowdy. That's not to say there's fights breaking out all over the place, because there isn't. The door staff are very good at dealing with anything like that. It's just loud and rowdy. All right, you get the general idea. So very pleased to have started that one. Unfortunately, the manager there wasn't there that day. That's Robbie. He used to work with me at Belushi's in Hammersmith, where I still am. I still do the Hammersmith Belushi's every Monday night from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. That's still going well. and I enjoy that very much. Okay, so don't worry about it if you ever want to come down on a Monday night to Hammersmith Belushes. Every Monday night between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. That one is free entry. There's no door charge on that one. Okay, and that's where Robbie came from. He employed me at Hammersmith, went to London Bridge, and has now employed me there as well. I'm very, very fortunate to. There's actually a picture of Robbie, our manager, on a screen behind me at the moment. That's Robbie, the manager, and very fortunate to have people that you get to know over the years, and I think there's a lot of respect on both sides there. You know, I respect the way he manages it. He respects the way I do my entertainment stuff and that sort of thing, you know. But he wasn't there because on Monday he was rushed into hospital with a temperature of something like 41 or 42. And they kept him in for a couple of days, and he had a kidney infection that they reckon he had for a long time and just carried on. He's a bit like me, you see. He won't ring in sick. You know, he will carry on. I mean, usually if I'm sick, whatever's wrong, you know, whether it's a cold or whatever, I will drag myself into work, and I don't know. You see, because of how I know a lot of bar staff, you know, the slightest thing, a little headache, a sore throat, and they're ringing in sick. Yeah, I know so many people like that, right? In my mind, I want the manager to see that I'm sick before I go home. You understand what I mean? Which actually doesn't do you any good at all, to be honest. Because I know people, some of whom I work with now, who do ring in sick at the slightest thing, and they don't seem to get sacked or told off ever. And as me, drag myself in virtually every single time, and even if you don't really get any thanks for it. You really don't. But if you're sent home from work, then they can see with their own eyes that you are ill. Although I have to say, again, on the occasions where I have rung in sick from home, it's not questioned, because I don't ring in sick very often. So they know if I'm ever sick, right, I'm not mucking about. What are you like? Do you drag yourself into work when you're really ill? Or are you one of those people that, you put the voice on, oh, hello, boss, I'm not very well today, and then you're off out to the seaside somewhere. Are you one of those? Let me know. Come on, spill the beans. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. So, great night at London Bridge. Very hot, fantastic atmosphere. And it is by far the busiest karaoke, because it was so busy as soon as I got there. I had to set up around people. All right. Hammersmith Karaoke, yep, that's going well as well. As I say, Monday nights, free entry, 9 till 1 o'clock in the morning at Belushes in Hammersmith. Nice crowd there. Both those nights are straight venues, you know, boy, girl, girl, boy. Although all are welcome. Sometimes we do have boy, boy and girl, girl. All right, doesn't make any difference in the UK. We're all very open and everything like that. And the karaoke I'm doing in Birmingham, now that one is at, I don't mean this to turn into a blooming advert for all the karaoke nights I've been doing, but everything leads on to something, which you'll hear in a minute. The karaoke I do at Birmingham is also doing quite well. They're now, if you're one of these people who looks at the amount of money that a venue takes, then if I tell you they're now taking 5 times as much as they were taking 2 months ago, you can see it's working all right. So the one in Birmingham, now that one is at Route 2 in Hurst Street, Birmingham. And that's on Friday nights between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Again, it's free entry. That is a gay venue. However, as always, all are welcome, okay? Boys, girls, girls, boys, 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 girls, girls. Don't care what you are, what you do, what religion you are, what colour you are, who you fancy, all are welcome. And in general, that is all the places I work at. They're all like that here in the UK. All right? There's none of this, oh, I don't like you because you're that, or what. We don't have that. Very, very rare. Okay? So do try and pop along to one of my karaoke nights. But don't just come in and sing. Introduce yourself, all right? hello, my name's Mark. I've been listening to your show, so we thought we'd come down. Please come and introduce yourself, because I'd like to know who's singing. All right? Now, all these karaoke nights do turn out their own stars. As I mentioned Michael at the London Bridge one. In Birmingham, we have a young lady called Chantel. Okay? Now, Chantel is, shall we say, a real personality. She is not the best singer in the world. On the other hand, I'm not the best chat show host, am I? Some people would say I'm blooming awful at this. But I do it because I enjoy doing it, and a few people do actually seem to enjoy listening or watching to the show. Chantel isn't a fantastic singer, but she does her thing, and she's a real personality. Chantel, I have to tell you, is a man dressed as a woman, and she goes around like that all the time, okay? Right? She wears this, and unfortunately she fancies me. It does appear that she fancies me, but I'm afraid, you know, because she looks too much like a woman, that's not really for me, I'm afraid, okay? I like a lad to be dressed like a lad, or a man to be dressed like a man. I'm not too keen on people that are dressed up as women. However, I mean, you never know. Never say no. That's what I say, because I do believe you fancy a person and not what they're dressed like or who they are. You fancy who they are, not what they're... You understand what I mean? Anyway, so she comes in and she does a few numbers, and especially for our people watching on YouTube, when I finish doing my chat today, at the end, you will see Chantel in all her glory singing Listen from Beyonce. And that really is an experience. So stay tuned in the next, because we're nearly finished the show now. In the next few minutes, if you're watching the show via YouTube, then you will be able to see Chantel singing in all her glory, listening from Beyonce. Now, if you're listening to the show and you want to watch it, it's very, very easy. Just go to the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And look for the show dated the 13th of October 2009. 13th of October 2009, and there you will see the video to today's show, and Chantel singing Listen. And it really has to be experienced, boys and girls. Okay? Chantel singing, and you'll also see the venue, which is, the Birmingham venue is fantastic. We've got a great big stage there, great big stage lights, a fantastic sound system. Please, please, if you're coming to Birmingham, make that a night for you, okay? Friday nights, once again, Friday nights, route to Hurst Street, Hurst Street in Birmingham for the karaoke, and come and see myself pushing the buttons. You'll see we've got some lovely bar staff there, Mikey and Matty and Grace and the manager Lee and myself doing the bits and pieces, and also the very gorgeous Nathan on the door. He's a straight lad, he's quite young, he is gorgeous, young Nathan on the door. All right, and that's it. Now, one quick email here from Tom Harris, who said, I enjoyed your show with Millie. It was great seeing her. Oh, she was great on the show. Millie, wasn't she? Don't you think? And I think that's going to have to be it. I meant to do some emails. I've run out of time for the emails. Got some emails coming up in the next show from Nick Donaldson, who's a brand new listener and viewer to the show. Welcome along, Nick. Millie as well has written in, and Robert in Iceland. All right, so we'll do those. Oh, and Lisa as well. Thank you very much for listening and watching the show today. I'll see you on the next one. Do join in by the email, okay? Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Bye-bye now. Ah, yes. Now, don't go too far. If you're watching, then don't go, because here comes Chantel singing Listen from Beyonce. Chantel, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen to the sound from Team we read. It's only the a cat can plead.
that's why we're on a Friday night. Chantel!
It's a hard night, trust me.
We love it, darling. Thank you, my love.
Oh, I just spilled my drink.
Oh, you've lost your drink. Even better, because now you've got to buy another one.